What do you mean the check bounced? The one from Sony to do the ZV1, whatever the hell it's called, review. So does that mean I can now do an honest opinion video? Awesome. What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today's video is all about the epic Sony ZV1. Nah. All I've seen today is influencers posting absolute garbage about this camera, and it's really doing my head in. While there are a couple of good features in this camera, geez, there's a lot of crap that's been posted that I really want to speak about and be honest about and have an opinion that may help you guys really decide if this camera is right for you guys. So a little bit of backstory. Sony users have been begging for an A7 III's for years now. And what does Sony do? Sony gives them a vlogging camera. And really, not really a good one at that. Now, straight off the bat, I'm gonna clear the air. I'm not the biggest Sony fan, but I don't absolutely hate the brand either. They actually produce some good cameras in different sectors of the market. And wait to the end of this video before you judge what I have to say about this camera. It may really help you guys understand where I'm coming from. So when I first saw the Sony ZV1 released, I honestly thought to myself, you know what, this may be a really good camera for a beginner vlogger or video guy or filmmaker, maybe a good starting point. But then I saw the price, $800 US. Are you kidding me? For this point and shoot camera with a freaking stick, and the stick you have to buy separately as well. So the first thing that shocked me was the price, but then I started to dig a little bit deeper into specs, and I watched a lot of videos today regarding different people's reviews, and I came up with a couple of things that this camera does really bad that not many people are talking to you guys about. So in my view, it feels like Sony just raided the parts bin and just tried to put something together just to sell a brand new camera. And I'll tell you guys why. The first thing is the lens. Us filmmakers know it's a vlogging camera, so you're meant to have a really wide angle. What did Sony do? They gave you a 24mm. How does that make any sense? If you want to sell a camera that is made for vloggers, maybe make it like 16mm or 18mm. Why make it 24? That is kind of not really the point about vlogging. You will never use that focal length on a mirrorless camera to vlog. So why the hell would you use it on a point and shoot? The second thing that I noticed that I wouldn't say I was surprised about, because I was kind of expecting it. I've used Sony point and shoot cameras like an RX100 before, and I own one. So the other thing I've got to really say is the video quality. It looks like trash, and that's to say it nicely. Honestly, if you can film with your phone and you guys have a new phone or something, even a couple of years old, it honestly compares to this in quality, okay? I'm not saying the whole camera compares to a phone, but I'm saying the quality of the image isn't that great. There is no dynamic range, it's very contrasty, and then they do something weird by giving you HLG and S-Log. Why would any vlogger need HLG or S-Log? To me, it just seems like they just packed it with all these features they had lying around just to be able to bump the price up. Now, yeah, you might be saying to yourself, you know what, you get 1,000 frames a second. You know what? Who cares? First of all, 1,000 frames a second at the bitrate this camera can do is 99% unusable. So wipe that 1,000 frames out of the picture because you cannot even use that. This camera does 100 megabits at 24 frames. And you can be saying, oh, but it doesn't matter too much about data and bitrate. You know what? It does. When you're paying this much money for a camera, you would want a decent picture out of it. Sony produces other products that are similar in price and have all these good features. So look, I've got to say, if this camera was cheaper in price, I can honestly say, you know what, for a beginner vlogger camera, this camera is perfect. But when you think to yourself and you look at the big picture, this camera is only $100 cheaper than a Sony a6400, which is a proper camera which you can use in professional environments. You can't use this camera in a professional environment. If you turn up to a paid job with this, the people are gonna laugh at you. And not to mention, you go buy a 6400, you can then swap the lenses out like any other camera. So to charge $800 for a product that is a point and shoot camera that you are trying to market towards video guys, it's just not there. It's just, I just can't see why anyone would go and buy this for a video guy. And you got to think to yourself as well, these guys that are promoting this product, they're obviously sponsored by it. That is fine. I'm not having a go at these guys, but I wish they were just a little bit more honest about the whole camera. These guys are filmmakers. They're literally gonna use it for the sponsorship and never touch it again. So honestly, do some research before purchasing this camera. See if it's right for you. If you don't really care that much about image quality or fake bokeh, that looks absolutely terrible. If you don't care about these things, great. If you have the money to spend, great. If you have the money to spend and you want to buy a camera that you can grow into and that can last you a lot longer, much better image quality, much more versatile, can actually do professional paying jobs with, maybe go for something like a A6400 or a Canon M6 Mark II. They are roughly the same price and you are getting so much more camera than what Sony is giving you with this ZV1, whatever the hell it's called. I feel like Sony is really starting to lose touch with their customer base. They're known to produce good professional cameras and we haven't seen that. We've seen now a vlogging camera when everyone is asking for an A7S III, something to compete with the EOS R5. We're not seeing that. We're getting vlogging cameras instead. So there is something seriously wrong here. And please feel free, if you disagree with me, please leave a comment. Tell me why you disagree with me. I would love to hear it. Rant over.